this section is really about something that I think is really important for parents to keep in mind. We have lots of assets, but not all assets do we have are and should be available to use for college. You know, I'm a big fan of having college savings. I'm a big fan of having retirement savings. I don't think that you should take the retirement savings and use them for college. There is no financial aid for retirement. So you've got to protect the money that you've got set aside for that. It's important that you have that. And while it's important that you help pay for your kids' education, if you believe that to be true, and I do, then I believe that it's still important that at the end of the day, at the end of the education cycle, that you are just as fully protected for the future as your kid is educated for the future. I think both of those things need to be something that you keep in mind and do not cross the line. It needs to be a hard and fast line, and have a conversation with your kids before you go off to college, before they go off to college. I grew up in one of those households where parents didn't talk to their kids about money. I grew up in that, and many of you will have grown up in families where parents don't talk to their kids about money. But this is really the time for you to have those conversations, because what I find is a lot of kids will help you in your decision making in terms of what college, if you've involved them and included them in the conversation about the importance of college, picking a college that they're not strapped to attend, so that they don't have to end up with lots and lots of debt, so that you don't have to end up with lots and lots of debt, so that they're able to not only educate them, but their brothers and sisters. All of those things are part of this protection conversation. It's really a conversation that allows you the opportunity to educate your kids. It's also an opportunity for them to really start to grow up. You know, I mean, we want our kids to grow up. We want them to go off to college so they can grow up. But having these conversations in the beginning is one of the ways that you can really help protect your finances, your kids' finances, and talk about things in a really realistic fashion in terms of what you can and cannot do. Because the reality is not all schools are going to be affordable for you. I mean, that's the reality, unless you just happen to be one of those parents that's all that. But for most of the parents that I deal with, we've got goals, we've got other things that we want to take care of, and we can't afford to just bankrupt ourselves for our kids' education.